Hi, my name's Jesse Jordan with Further Faster Initiatives, and you're listening to Hear Women Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Annette Martin. Have you had a psychic experience or encountered a ghost and don't know how to explain it? Visit with our exciting guest each week and give us a call on Annette Martin's Psychic World, Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Call or drop into our chat room at Annette Martin's Psychic World on HearWomenTalk.com.
Hi, folks. This is private investigator Vicki Childs, host of the Vicki Childs Show on Hear Women Talk Radio. How safe is your cell phone? Is someone listening to all your calls or reading your text messages? How about your computer? Is someone watching all of your keystrokes? Or do you want to know what your child, your employee, or your spouse are doing on a computer or cell phone? If you need computer or cell phone forensics, do what I do. Talk to Steve Abrams at abramsforensics.com. Steve is a highly respected and skilled forensics expert as well as an attorney. Contact Steve Abrams for a free 15-minute consultation at abramsforensics.com. That's abramsforensics.com. Or click on the Abrams Forensics banner ad on Hear Women Talk and use promo code HWT.
In the blockbuster Millennium Series books and movies by Stieg Larsson, the main character, Lisbeth Salander, is both victim and deliverer of justice to a human trafficker. Tune in with Dottie every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern and play with fire, kick the hornet's nest, and maybe even get a tattoo of a dragon on traffic. Safe for victims, hostile to traffickers. Listen, chat, call, save lives. That's Traffic every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Hear Women Talk Radio.
When you're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, home of Zeus Broadcast Network and Hear Women Talk, there's a wonderful adventure that you should try. Carolina Safari Jeep Tours.
Go to www.carolinasafari.com and check out Carolina Safari. Mention Hear Women Talk and get a discount from Carolina Safari Jeep Tours.
See another side of Myrtle Beach. Get wild with wildlife. Explore history, nature, and mystery on a Carolina Safari Jeep Tour.
This is Paul Truelove on Zeus Radio Network for HearWomenTalk.com.
Police Psychics. Findme.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Kelly Snyder with Valerie Graham, and our special guest today, of course, is Treyce DeGabriel Montoya Johnson Jr. So I just threw in that Johnson Jr. part. But anyway.
Throw you off the track.
Well, yeah, I just figured with all those names, you know. Hey, we were talking at break a little bit about, something that in the handwriting that everybody that reads something, that someone writes, give us a little bit of a tidbit as to what anyone could pick up on, just in,
like
in
an exercise you were saying, and how to know about this.
Okay, I can give you a couple really great ones. Then we can
get ready, everybody. Get their pencils out, right?
How to tell if somebody is ADD or ADHD, for example, is to look at eye dots. The eye dots that are real scattered, some left of the stem, some right of the stem, some high, some low, some perhaps missing, those are signs of somebody who is ADD or ADHD.
Okay, what happens if you take an eye dot and you circle it, make it a little tiny little circle?
That means that you have childish creativity, which is good, and you're an independent thinker, and with a good sense of humor. So that's okay.
Holy is that crap. What you do, Kelly?
That's me.
I was going to say, I knew that was a question about yourself.
Yeah, it was me. What the hell? All right, give me some more samples there,
All right.
And then if you have a tapered T-bar, if you cross your T and then it gets very tapered and sharp on the end, that's somebody who's sarcastic.
Uh-oh, that's me too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is this like, are you reading Kelly's writing? Is that what you're doing?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
Okay.
All right, let's get into something else so we can ruin
Something that's
somebody.
not Kelly. What else?
Let's go to something where we can ruin someone's day.
Oh, you want to ruin someone's day? I know what you're thinking.
Oh, no. You don't.
Oh, you want to find out if somebody's faithful.
Yes.
Well, you said it. I didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Go
here's
for
a
it.
disclaimer. Everybody, I'm not responsible for any marital disharmony or relationship problems after this.
All right, go for it.
But
All
this is
right.
fun.
That being said.
Okay, here's an exercise we're all going to do, okay? It takes like 30 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
If you're right-handed, use your right foot. If you're left-handed, use your left foot. And get your foot going around in a circle, clockwise, just kind of grazing the top of the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And as it continues going in a circle, take your hand and write 868.
868.
Right.
Are you talking about
Valerie,
the numbers
Valerie,
or
your right foot, Val.
Yeah, the numbers.
Anyway,
Thanks.
keep going. 868.
Are you talking about the numerals or actually write it out?
The numerals.
Okay.
So keep your foot going in a circle and then take your hand and write the numbers 868.
Okay.
All right.
What happens to your foot?
Stops.
Stops? What do you stop?
What do you mean?
It should.
What happens to your foot? In other words, does your foot stop or still goes?
That's
or
what
goes
I'm
your
in-
foot
asking.
stops. You're supposed to keep your foot going as you write. So
Okay.
usually what happens is your foot decides to go a different direction,
Yes.
or your foot does the eight for you. Your foot just does anything but cooperate.
Ha ha, I won that contest.
Okay, now here's what that means. Now, if your foot has no problem and it continues going in a circle, that means the synapses in your brain are not equal. That means if you're right-brained, you're not using your left brain enough and vice versa. So if you're using both your left and right brain completely equally, you're pretty balanced, then your foot's going to do something kind of defiant when you try to write the 868.
Okay.
So, Kelly, you said you passed that, so did you have no problem with your foot?
I passed it because I wasn't going to take a negative no matter what the hell you said, so that's why I passed it.
Oh, I like
Okay.
that. I like that.
Well, yeah, when you don't know the answer, you can say you passed anything. So what's the deal? So if the foot keeps going to the right, clockwise, and you write the 868, and nothing happens, your foot's still going, what does that say?
That means that those synapses are not equivalent. So what you do at that point is you take a mirror and you hold it in your non-dominant hand. You tape a piece of paper to a table in front of you, and in the mirror you watch something fast-moving like CNN. And then you try to write down what you're seeing on CNN.
Oh.
And then what that does is it goes to the opposite side of the brain, so it helps balance those out.
Oh, great.
Okay, but that
So-
does not determine whether you were cheating.
Yeah, you guys on the radio, you have the benefit of nobody knows what your foot was doing, or even if you tried or not.
Well, Kelly said he passed, and I don't even think he took off his shoe,
No, I just took my left hand and moved my shoe in a clockwise. Anyway,
Okay.
but I've been known to cheat a little bit here and there. But anyway, so what does that essentially mean?
Well, that was the exercise I did, but that just means this just helps you relate to kind of prove to yourself that your brain is related to your handwriting and related to your
I
body.
see. That
It
is
all
not
works together.
That's not the
Okay.
cheating test.
No, the cheating one, I've kind of been, hesitant to give people to think in that disclaimer about, she's not responsible if my marriage falls apart. So we're ready for that now.
Okay, let's.
You ready?
Go for it.
But
Okay. In your normal, everyday handwriting, write the word happy 3 times.
happy.
Happy.
Okay.
Okay, everybody's writing happy. It's HAPI.
And then, H-A-P-P-Y. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take from the P on your left, you're going to go to the bottom of that P stem and draw a horizontal line to the bottom of the next P stem. So you have a horizontal line connecting the bottoms of both the P stems.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the more even that is, the more faithful somebody is. And the more uneven it is, the more likely they're window shopping.
Really?
So now you can go and you can pull all the happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, happy Father's Day cards out of your drawer, and you can kind of see it that way.
Oh, cool.
I hear the rustling of drawers right now.
Yeah.
I really do.
I know.
I can hear beer bottles opening across the United States right now.
Well, as long as we don't hear any clubbing of heads, we should be good.
Yes, hopefully we will not create any more cases that we have to find out later on. But
well, these are cool little tests, and the significance of it, back to, I think what I was trying to get at is there are some simple ways to, figure out the handwriting, but when you get into the forensic part of it, it is such a deep science that you have to know literally every single, nook and cranny of every single letter. It's not just the word what or why or the.
Happy.
It's
how it's written. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. In fact, it took. I realized I've been doing this about 30 years since the time that I started learning as a child, and I thought, I've written all these books, and none of my kids at that time were interested in learning. So I thought, I had to do something with all this 30 years of information in my brain. So what I did was I wrote that 579-page book called The Only Handwriting Analysis Book You'll Ever Need.
Yes.
And it took 3 years to write that. It's pretty much what's in my brain is all put on in that book. Wow. But I thought if I ever get Alzheimer's, although I don't know how that's possible with my mind so active, but if I ever do, I don't want to lose all that information. And I really was always raised with the idea and the belief that knowledge is worthless unless it's shared. So yeah, so there's essentially 6 parts to every letter, so it's very, very detailed.
Well, and that's, I guess, the thing, and it doesn't matter whether it's written in longhand or printed or, in any type of different format. It's the actual letter you're concentrating on, correct?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
That's correct. And it doesn't matter what the language is either. You can analyze any language.
Well, I was just about to ask that question, so obviously we're in sync in that regard. So it doesn't matter if it's in characters, like if it was written by the Japanese, they write all of their stuff in the characters. It's not really, a letter. Is that something that? Okay, you can dissect that as well, right?
Yeah, you can dissect that with something called 7 universals, and it's basically there's 7 things that are universal no matter what the language, and you don't have to know the language, and you can take that information and analyze anything. You can even go back to the caveman days and analyze their drawings on the wall. With that.
Something Val would know a lot about that caveman thing.
That's
but
right.
With that said, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, Treyce, I'd like to find out the difference between handwriting analysis and linguistics, and so we'll be back in a little bit.
And we have some questions that are going to come up.
Great.
And please feel free to call in again, as well as at 914-338-1186, or get on the chat and ask us as well. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jessica Dorvaj, host of the Where Is My Guru show, and you are listening to Hear Women Talk Radio.
Have you always wanted a reading by a famous psychic detective or medical intuitive? I'm Annette, hostess of Annette Martin's Psychic World, where you can